I never left the setting of Warhammer. I just traded the epic bloody battlefields and the vast clashing of armies for small-scale skirmishes and narrative nooks and crannies. For decades, my wars have been fought in the dark alleyways of the Underhive, on the ever-so-spiky astro-granite pitches of Blood Bowl and the warpstone-drenched streets of Mordheim. The last time I led a proper, full-scale army onto a 6x4 table of mainline Warhammer 40K, well, I wasn't really. I was either lining up 50 metal Dire Avengers on my living room carpet and rolling buckets of sustained fire dice against my mate Pete's Tyranids, or trying and failing to stand Tycho and a bunch of top-heavy Blood Angels Assault Marines up on my mate Billy's uneven lawn grass and wrecking his orcs and rolling dice into a flipping baking tray and drinking Iron Brew. Ah, the good old days. But when 11th dropped its sirens over Armageddon once more, the scale and nostalgia of it pulled me back out to the surface, and I got to admit, I have been on a run painting Space Marines these last few months too. No more hiding in the shadows of Hive Primus for now at least. It's finally time for me to build a full 40k army. Can this old grimdark grognard skirmisher go mainstream and rub shoulders with the popular kids? Anyway, I was hoping Games Workshop would send me a copy of Armageddon, but sadly I wasn't one of the chosen ones this time and just decided to splash the cash anyway. Anyway, it's here now and I feel like a little kid again at Christmas. I cannot wait to crack this bad boy open and have a... Oh my god, every time I hit record... Hold on a second.
Damon, I'm so glad you're awake. I have exciting news for you.
What? I've been awake watching England get a 0-0 draw against Ghana. What do you want?
I may have lashed out and done something wild. You know how you want to get back into 40k?
I've been thinking about it, yep.
Damon, we're going to split that up and get a box set.
Oh, mate. No way. Oh, I mean, it just so happens that I also have... the box here as well.
No!
I was hoping to get sent one and I didn't, so I just pulled the plug and bought one. But that's all my money for the month. Because I was going to send you the Orcs and, you know, hope that you'd like to paint them up and have a game with me at some point.
Well, if you're down to paint Space Marines, how about we split the box and then we get some games?
I'm always down to paint Space Marines.
Well, my challenge for you is that we're going to make some painting videos along the way and we're going to lure everyone into joining the journey with us.
All right. Sounds good. Yep.
So I'm going to be painting the Orcs for the Armageddon box set, but that means it's leaving you with the Space Marines. It's early days, but have you given any thought to what you might do with them?
Well, as you know, I've been painting quite a lot of Space Marines this year for the first time since I was a little kid, really. Did all the Bad Ab stuff. Most recently with the Red Corsairs box, and I've been really, really enjoying painting Space Marines, and I know a lot of my Necromunda viewers kind of probably lament the fact that nothing Necromunda's been coming out for a little while, but, you know, if you're supporting me and you want to support me, then support my passion for, at the moment, painting Space Marines. So, yes, I have thought about some things, and, you know, I'm quite a lore person. I do quite like, you know, to go into the sort of fluff of things, and I would say that, like you, I am a huge fan of the 9th Legion, the Blood Angels. They are the 9th, right? Don't want to get that one wrong. But you've already done that, so what's the point in me doing Blood Angels? I could, however, include some of those colours in another scheme, perhaps. So I quite like the White Scars. I am a loyalist at heart. So rather than painting a bunch of white, which I think will probably be quite painful, I'm going to go with, I think, some White Scars successors in a similar way to how I did the Bad Ab stuff. So including maybe 3 successor chapters of the White Scars in one force. So we've got different squads with different colour schemes, all brought in together and sort of tied in through a sort of scheme of yellows, reds, whites and blacks mainly. So some angry hornet-looking sort of miniatures.
Those colours will pair really well with the surface of Armageddon and the setting as well. So that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And for your viewers that love Necromunda, well, there's so much room for the storytelling of Necromunda on Armageddon as well. So I think we're going to have a whole bunch of fun with hives and gangs.
Yep, we've got some hive cities there and, a whole lot of fun. But I think the main thing I'm looking forward to here is the modelling opportunities for doing an army full of different White Scars, savage White Scar successors. I'm going to be doing the Destroyers, who have a black plate with yellow pauldrons. We've got the the Rampagers, which are all red, a bit like Blood Angels, so that's kind of how I've gone around that one. And then we have got the Marauders as well, who are a sort of bright yellowy, lemon yellow sort of colour. So that yellow, red and black is going to look pretty good on the table, I think. And I think I might do something different on the bases this time as well.
So are you going to have some wiggle room with customising bits as well?
Oh, definitely. So I still have bits left over from the Red Corsairs box, particularly the Raiders. And what I really liked about those models, I think they're some of the nicest models we've seen for ages. I think there's a lot of possibility to make them less heretic-y. Yeah. They are slightly ambiguous. They look a little bit evil, but not necessarily. So those armor marks mixed in with the new helmets that we've got in Armageddon, we've got some slightly older pieces of armor on the Marines in the Armageddon box, which is partly why I was so excited about this release in general. We've got those classic helmets and different sort of leg greaves and pauldrons and things like that. So yeah, combined with some Red Corsair bits, going for a slightly more savage, piratey theme, I'm going to do quite a bit of kit bashing in this one, I think.
That's so cool. And yeah, with my Orcs, I realised that when the box arrived, I'd put zero thought into how I was actually going to paint them. I was just excited for it to turn up. And because I already have an Orc collection, I think maybe I was just resting on, I'll just paint them exactly the same and they'll blend in.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I've got to do something a little bit different. So I did the lazy option and I just jumped into the Discord, created like a forum in there, and I was like, everyone help me, just start sending me ideas.
And what were the results?
It was actually really cool. So they've come up with, and I know it's a bit cheesy to have your channel tie into your theme for what you paint.
No.
But they've come up with like the Badger Boys, which are these bright green skin orcs, but the black and white armor, which is like tied into goths, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But then the accent color of the channel is blue, and so we want to do blue face paint on them.
Yes.
And then the black and white armor, like really rusty weapons. And it's this small force that have banded together, and we're about looting. We just want to come get your relics. So if you've got a big, pretty banner, then we want it. We want to decorate our vehicles and stuff with it.
But you're going with the classic green skin with some blue face paint, war paint, some woad, some Scottish Braveheart influence on them.
Yes, and I think that'll look really cool. So like the blue of the face, the black and white armor, the earthy bases. And that's... I said to the crew, I'm like, it's so important that it ties into your scheme as well, because on the battlefield, I want it to look really cool. Yeah, I'm hyped to see you like start to paint that part of it. But do you have an idea of what you're going to tackle first?
Yeah, I think I'll start with the squads, and I think I'm quite excited about painting yellow. I did some Lamenters not long ago, and I'm going to do these ones slightly differently. I want a slightly more vivid, vibrant yellow on the Marauders.
Yep.
The Lamenters are obviously a Blood Angel's successor, so they have a bit of a sadder yellow.
Yep. They need to be
Whereas
sad.
they do. They're the saddest of boys. Whereas the Marauders are absolute psychopaths. So a bit more of a... I actually did do a test scheme the other day on a miniature. So we've got a little raider that I left over from last time.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I went a little bit too much on the weathering element and actually want to dial it back a bit, which I know is crazy because normally I go super grimdark. But actually, I'm turning over a new leaf in life, and I think with this 40k, me getting into 40k at this point for the first time since 2nd edition, I'm actually going to not go quite as grimdark. So...
Well, this is why we do test models, rather than just getting straight into our favourite minis.
Do we? That's the first time I've done one.
I'm going to dive straight into the characters. My theory being that I have a pretty good idea of the paint scheme I want, and I'm most hyped for them. And if I can have them finished, then that will influence the rest of the models.
Yeah,
I'll then have the vision, and I just go, cool, now I want things to tie in with them.
So I think what we should do, if you're cool with it, is maybe a little bit of a collaborative series where we each just sort of, talk through how we're going with the box, each half, and then maybe we could meet up in the end and play a game.
I would love that. And I'd actually kind of already pictured that, but I've probably never told you. So that would have been awkward if I just assumed that was happening.
Well, do you want to come to Sydney or shall I come to Melbourne?
Oh, you're going to come here.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I get the choice.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Well, maybe we'll wait till the outcome of State of Origin to decide that.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I'm kind of happy to come down maybe for a weekend or something. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and but we should do video catch-ups like this, and we can...
Maybe I could bring Bruce.
Bruce! That would be amazing.
He doesn't show up on camera. He's got no soul.
We can edit Bruce in after the fact. We'll get him in post.
He's a psychic null. What they called in 40k?
Yeah.
He's a blank. This release is, I know it's had a lot of flack for being a bit dull, a bit boring, a bit uninspired. I disagree with that entirely. I actually think that simple is often best, and why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. From my end, I think Games Workshop have done a fantastic job bringing in some slightly old school retro elements with the helmets and things, whilst also keeping it strong in the areas they need to keep it strong in, because at the end of the day, Space Marines is that's what makes money, because they're nice. And the Orcs, I mean, what do you think of the Orc design and stuff in this box set? Are you happy with it? I think
they're amazing. They're amazing models in a perfect setting. And like I said, Games Workshop rang me about 6 months ago and just said, we're going to make a box set. What 2 factions do we put in it? And I'm like, well, my channel is all Orcs and Blood Angels, so if you could do that on Armageddon, that'd be great. And they said, Mike, say no more. We've got you. So shall we touch base in about a week or so and see where we're up to?
We can do this each week and see how we're going and compare progress.
Yeah, and what do you recommend for everyone else who's watching along? Do they share in the journey and start building and painting theirs?
Yeah, look, I mean, for me, this is, I want to make it very clear, this is actually my first toe into 40k since I was a child. So I haven't done 40k fully, or played 40k, should I say. I've painted 40k models here and there, but I haven't had an army or played the game properly since 2nd edition. So we're going back a bit, perhaps a bit of 3rd. But we're going back to the 90s, right? So it's been a very, very long time. As you know, I've always been more into the more skirmish sort of like narrative stuff. So I'm actually feeling quite excited about the prospect of playing the mainline game. And I know some people that watch my channel will be like, oh, what's he doing that for? But it's like, sometimes you just need a refresher. And I think for the people out there that haven't got into 40k for a while, like myself, then I think it'll be interesting for you following how we go about it from a beginner's perspective, because quite frankly, I'm not a beginner in the hobby, but I am a beginner with 40k at this point.
Unreal. Well, I'm going to kick you out of this call, and I'm going to start building some models, because I can't wait to show you them.
Yeah, there's a lot to build, that's for sure, and the glue smells are going to be very strong in my house for the next few days.
Yes.
So there you have it, folks. Mike and I are going to be taking a trip into Armageddon, doing a series of painting videos each. I'll be painting White Scar's successors, so stay tuned for all of those. Mike, on the other hand, will be painting all of the Orcs. And then hopefully, by the end of it, if I can afford the travel, I'll be taking a trip down to Melbourne, where I can play my first game of 40k since the 90s. Stay tuned, folks, and thanks for watching.